welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. As it says in the title, we are talking about cruise liner staycations for the UK. As most of you may know, if you are a Disney lover and you're wanting your Disney fix, that Disney are doing a exclusive once in a lifetime to the UK staycation with their Disney cruise liner. Now this is the Disney Magic cruise line from Disney, and they are going to be actually just for this summer 2021 bringing it to the UK so we can have a staycation at home but still get our Disney fix. As most of you know, if you are in the UK, we have been in the national lockdown forever. It feels like forever, and to get a Disney fix would be absolutely fantastic. As most of you know, we can't go to Disneyland Paris because they are closed and there's no opening date. We can't go to Florida because you can't travel to the US, and any other Disney park is just out of our reach at the moment. We are not able to do any of them. So today I'm just going to be covering a few subjects what I am questioning myself. So the first one's going to be is health and safety, how they're going to get around health and safety when it comes to COVID, how they're going to make people safe. The next one is guessing the price. So what is people's thoughts on the price, and is it going to be affordable? And when it comes to so close, because it's now April and they are going to be booking for the next 3 months, 4 months going, people's going to have to pay that money up front. So we're going to be talking about prices and how much Disney is actually going to charge for a staycation in the UK, because we haven't particularly got the sun. So I do know a lot of when it comes to cruises or just going abroad in general, that they give you that kind of cost of having that sun beaming down on you. So is that going to be affordable, and is it going to be value for money if you haven't got the sun but you still want that Disney fix? So yes, we're going to be covering that today. We're also going to be covering is, am I actually going to be booking myself? So keep on watching, because at some point through this video I'll be sharing with you if I am actually going to take the plunge and book this vacation. So guys, the first thing I'm wanting to cover is probably health and safety. There is no official information from Disney Cruise at the moment to say on what is actually going to be entailed when it comes to the health and safety and the safety of us guys and the crew itself, and how we're all going to be COVID safe. So the first thing I think is probably going to be an requirement is testing. So you're probably going to have to maybe have a negative test before you can board, or the vaccination. Now this is going to be a big one for so many, I think, because I've had my vaccination. I have my second one in a couple of weeks time, but I know a lot of people can't have it, so they'll probably need that negative test, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. The next thing is that when it comes to meet and greets, because obviously when you are on the Disney ship you can do meet and greets, but I do think they're going to be behind a rope or some kind of screening, so you can't actually get up and close to the characters. But yet again, we've not had any information to say there's actually going to be any characters on board, so that is something I'm really going to be questioning again. Is there going to be characters? If there is, how we're actually going to be able to meet them in an environment where it's still going to be quite intimate but safe at the same time. The next thing I would say when it comes to health and safety is masks, because if you're in open air on the actual board of the ship, that I would imagine that you wouldn't need to wear masks, but once you go into the ship I would imagine you'd have to wear a mask until you are sat down to your meal or you are in your room or anything like that. I just feel that you're gonna have to wear a mask at some point to protect yourself and protect others from any kind of transmission. So I think that is something I'm going to be questioning as well, is how safe is it going to be when you are traveling around the ship. The next thing I would be questioning is what is actually happening if there is somebody what turns out to be positive while they are sailing. Does that completely stop the sail? Well, we'll all have to isolate on the actual ship, because we all know that that has happened before and the passengers had to be on board for 2 weeks in their own room, and that would be something where I really don't want to be in that situation again. So is that something what they need to take on board? Yes, you will have to need a negative test before you can actually go on board. But what if there is a false positive, and then when they get on the ship they're feeling ill, and then they've been in contact with certain passengers, crew? What happens then? Are we all going to end up having to isolate for 2 weeks on the ship? Is that been taken care of? Is there going to be certain rules on just the people they've come in contact will have to isolate? It's really, really difficult, because I really don't want to be in a closed environment space for 2 weeks just because of this positive person what has actually come onto board. So I really want to know that when it comes to health and safety. But I would say they're my questions really, of how safe is it going to be, what rules, what guidelines have they put into place to make it completely safe for all their passengers and all their crew on board. So they are something I'm going to be really looking into before I even consider booking. But let me know if there's any concerns you have as well. Leave them in the comments. Is there anything I've missed, what you're really confused about or worried about, what's really putting you off booking it? Let me know in the comments. You might be able to help me on a few things I've not thought of, and other people are reading the comments as well what are maybe thinking about booking, and they are needing to ask them a few things before they take the plunge and book. The next thing I'm wanting to kind of ask questions about is price. As we know, the price has not actually come out yet. You can stay 2, 3 or 4 nights on ship, so it's a very, very short vacation. I have had a look online on their 7-night stay on average, and it's around about £1,000 per person, but that is for 7 nights, and that is out of the UK. So yet again, you've got your sun, you've got your certain destinations where you would dock and go and visit and etc. But when it comes to the UK, you haven't got your sun, and it's a staycation for only 2, 3 or 4 nights. So for me, is that going to be worth that kind of money? I don't think Disney could put a price tag of £1,000 per person, because it is a completely different environment. A lot of people have been speculating that for a 2-night stay it may be 250, but then the other one has speculated that no, it's Disney, so you're going to be talking at least £500 per person for 2 nights. And for me, I was like, wow, that is a lot of money. £500 per person for 2 nights, for example. For me, I'm a family of 5, so that's £2,500 for a 2-night stay on the Disney cruise in the UK. Now, this is, for me, I'm not sure if this is going to be viable. Is it going to be affordable? These are actually going on sale in April at some point. No one actually knows when they're going to be coming out, but if they come out in April and you are wanting to book for August, the balance is going to be due within a week or so, because it has to be paid within 14 weeks of before you actually go. So it's going to be pretty soon you'll have to pay your full balance, and I'm just thinking, is that going to be affordable for people? A lot of people like to put a down deposit and then gradually pay it off. Is it being very quick and only the people what have got the money can go there and then? I feel that it has been kind of short notice. We don't know the prices yet, but if it is going to be that high in price, it's going to be a lot of money for so many. So let me know how much you think it's going to be. I think it's probably going to be, for a 2-night stay, probably 350 to 400. I'm only guessing, obviously, because there's no true prices at the moment. But let me know what you think, and how much do you think it's going to be, and how much you think it's going to be for a 2-night, 3-night or 4-night stay. So let me know, guys, what you think in the comments and how much you think they're going to be, and if you have been on a Disney cruise before. I've not actually been on a Disney cruise before, so I've never priced one up, but I have heard they are extremely expensive, and I just feel if they are coming to the UK, that high price tag may have to be slashed a little bit to get people interested in the Disney cruise. So the next thing is that I'm just going to be quickly telling you where you can actually get them from. So if you are in the Midlands like myself, I would be going from Liverpool, which is the closest to me. But I'm going to put a list here of all of the destinations in the UK you can actually travel to, so you can board the ship. For me, obviously, it's going to be Midlands, so I'll be going to Liverpool myself, so it will be I think it's like 2.5 drive from here, which is not too bad. Also, I have checked with my travel agent, and if you are going by car, there is going to be full access to parking. At the moment, I don't know if there's going to be a cost to that parking. They have said that they're going to be, once they have highlighted all the information about the cruise, that they will put if you have to pay for that parking with your car. My husband went and says that they'll try and get money either way, so you might have to. A lot of people might get a train, so they can get a train there, so they haven't got to pay for the parking. But I'm just hoping that the parking's not going to be too extortionate if they do charge for the parking. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. But you can definitely get parking if you are travelling to any of the locations in the UK to board it. But I'm just reminding you that there may be a cost, but there's no initial information at the moment that there is going to be a cost for parking your car before you board onto the ship. So the next thing is, and you've probably been waiting for this, is am I actually going to be booking the cruise myself? Well, ever since I knew that the Disney cruise were going to come to the UK, and it was announced about 6 weeks ago, I think it was now, I was very much like, oh my god, I need to go, I need to get my Disney fix. I can't go to Disneyland Paris or Florida or anywhere like that, so that no time soon am I going to be able to get a Disney fix. So for me, I will 100% book the Disney cruise on 2 criterias. The health and safety, and I want to know exactly what that entails, and if there's any mistakes on the ship, what happens and what's your rules and regulations on it. And the second thing is price, because me and my husband and my children are only wanting to go for a 2-night stay, so a very, very short break, because it is going to be our first cruise. So we're not going to want to go for 4 nights, we're just going to go for the 2 nights. So for me, for 2 nights, I don't want to be paying over 2.5 grand for it. I probably want to hit to that 2,000. If it is around about £2,000, we will take the plunge and we will book it, and I will be vlogging it for you guys. I don't know how much I'll be able to vlog, because obviously I've never been on a Disney cruise. I don't know the rules. I don't know how restricted if they're going to be. But as much as I can, I will be vlogging it for you guys, and the experience will be fantastic. I'm wanting to book for August, so probably the back end of August, maybe the last week in August I'll probably book for. I don't think I want to go smack in the middle of the summer, because it's just not something I really want to do. I've never really gone on holiday in the middle of the summer, because it's just way too busy, and it can get really hot as well. But I don't know the environment it's going to be when it comes to the Disney cruise. But what I do know, that they're going to only have a 30% capacity on the ship, so that's really not a lot. So I don't think there's going to be much removal when it comes to availability, but I just don't know how this is all going to work. There's lots and lots of questions out there, but yes, I will be booking it on those 2 factors what I've just said. They will all have to meet together, because for me, in health and safety of my family and everybody else's family and the crew is so much more important than getting my Disney fix. and the price has got to be right, and I suppose that's going to be for everybody at the moment, and everyone's got to have their Disney fix, but it's got to be for affordable and a reasonable price to say that you're staying in the UK, you're not getting on any planes or anything. And because I'm going to go the back end of August, that sometimes the weather isn't as fantastic as what you would if you was going beginning of July, for example. So there's all these things I'm going to take into fact before I actually take the plunge and book it. But let me know, are you going to book it? Have you got any kind of questions you wanting answered before you actually take the plunge? But yes, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your thoughts of it. Are you thinking of booking? Have you just too right, no, I'm not booking, it's not safe? Let me know in the comments. Also, it goes to what happens if they cancel your booking. What happens to your money? Will you just have to have a voucher for a different time, or would you get your money back? There's all these things that I really want to take into account before I do anything. It's just one of those things where I really want to go. I'm really excited. I have like butterflies in my stomach because I really want to go. But it's one of those where, is it going to be really worth it? So yes, so guys, I really hope you liked this little conversation in a way on what my thoughts is about the Disney cruise and the questions I really wanted to ask. I hope it's helped you to maybe give you some questions to ask your travel agent or direct with Disney Cruise themselves. I hope I've gave you some things to think about and maybe answered a few questions. As we know that Disney Cruise has not actually put some proper stone information at the moment, but once it does, I will put another video out there just to clarify some of the things what I've said today, see if there's any more information, also pricing as well, and also I'll be actually telling you if I've actually booked it or not. So yes, remember, if you haven't already, to subscribe to the channel to update you on the Disney cruises, but also if you love Disney in general, I do all things Disney, so please consider subscribing. Completely free to you guys. Just click on the subscribe button and join my Disney community. So guys, that's all I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.